like, oh man, that's interfering with my work. That's, like, relationships ain't good for me. I don't make my best albums when I'm in a relationship.
Okay, you one of those, it's not you, it's me type nigga.
It looks like Common may have repeated an old pattern, walking away from Jennifer Hudson just when things were starting to get serious. At first, their romance seemed solid. They were often seen together, smiling, laughing, and even going public about how strong their bond was. Common himself bragged about how healthy the relationship felt, saying Jennifer was his top priority. He even admitted that if he were ever to get married, she would be the one. He spoke openly about how he had been learning from past mistakes, going to therapy, and trying to communicate better. He described Jennifer as someone who brought joy and peace into his life. To fans, it sounded like he had finally found a partner who matched his energy and shared his values. But behind the sweet words and public affection, things were shifting in a very different direction. According to insiders, the turning point came when Common popped the question. Instead of the joyful yes he might have been hoping for, Jennifer reportedly gave him a firm no. The rejection left Common feeling embarrassed, and some sources say he accused her of wasting his time. For someone who has dated some of the biggest names in Hollywood, the sting of being turned down in such a public way may have cut deeper than he expected. Jennifer, however, didn't seem shaken. She's been through a divorce already, and she has been honest about the fact that marriage has never been her dream. While she hasn't ruled it out completely, she's made it clear that she won't ignore red flags just to walk down the aisle again. For her, stability and peace are more important than a wedding ring. Their split left fans divided. Some believe Jennifer was smart for standing her ground, while others felt Common was once again showing the same behavior he's shown in past relationships, leaving when things get real. And the list of his past partners is long. Erykah Badu, Serena Williams, Tiffany Haddish, Taraji P. Henson, Angela Rye. The man has been linked to many high-profile women over the years. When Common and Jennifer first connected, no one saw it coming. The two got close while working on the film Breathe in 2022, and rumors quickly began swirling. Jennifer initially tried to deny the speculation, brushing it off as people creating their own stories. But their actions told a different truth. Common even flew to London to support her at the premiere of her musical A Strange Loop. That's not the kind of gesture you make for a casual friend. Eventually, they stopped hiding and Common confirmed the relationship during an appearance on Jennifer's talk show. He gushed about her beauty, talent, faith, and down-to-earth nature. The way he spoke made it sound like this was the real deal. And yet, here we are, another romance of Common's ending in the same way people have seen before. Whether Jennifer's refusal was about protecting herself or whether Common really felt blindsided, one thing is certain. Their love story became another headline in his long history of high-profile relationships.
To all the women I've dated, because it's all love, but this is a really healthy and beautiful relationship, bro. And I'm just doing my best to keep God first and communicating, taking all the stuff I've learned as a human being, the failures I've had in relationships, on my responsibility. I'm taking that, learning from that, growing from it, using all the therapy, all the understanding that, man, let me enjoy moments. Mm-hmm. And also, this life is about creating happiness and creating joy and creating love and embracing the grace that exists. So this is somebody, if I'm going to get married, it's to her. Wow. That's simple as that.
When Jennifer Hudson finally went public with her relationship with Common, fans thought it was the real deal. Jennifer has always been private about her love life, so seeing her open up made it feel like this romance was solid. People assumed it was only a matter of time before wedding bells rang. Common also made it very clear that he wasn't playing games. In interviews, he praised Jennifer endlessly, calling her one of the most beautiful people he had ever met, describing her heart as incredible, and saying she inspired him deeply. To him, Jennifer wasn't just another partner, she was the one. Hearing those words, many thought Common had finally grown past his reputation. But not everyone was convinced. Some fans warned Jennifer to be careful, reminding her of his history in Hollywood. Common has admitted in the past that he's drawn to powerful women who are successful in their own right. He also confessed that he loves the early, exciting stage of romance, the so-called honeymoon phase. The problem? When the relationship gets serious and talk of marriage comes up, he has a habit of disappearing. That pattern played out in his past relationship with Tiffany Haddish. When they broke up, Common tried to spin it as a mutual decision. Tiffany, however, wasn't buying it. She later revealed that the breakup wasn't mutual at all, and that he actually ended things with her over the phone. Stories like that made people nervous for Jennifer. Many thought she might just end up being another woman left blindsided by his behavior. But this time, things took a different turn. Reports say that Common proposed to Jennifer, and she said no. That rejection shocked a lot of people because Common has always had the reputation of a man who wouldn't commit. For him to actually take the step and ask for marriage showed he was serious. Still, Jennifer couldn't bring herself to say yes. Why? According to insiders, Jennifer had doubts from the beginning. She worried that Common was...
Are you dating anyone?
So, yes, and I'm in a relationship that is one of the most beautiful people I ever met in life. And she's smart, she loves God, she has something real down to earth about her. She's talented, but I set my standard kind of high because she had to have an EGOT. She had to win an Oscar on her first movie. I set my standard high. She had to get her own talk show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Wasn't done with his old ways and still carried a playboy energy. After her own painful experiences in the past, including her long engagement to David Otunga, which ended badly, Jennifer had promised herself she wouldn't rush into another lifelong commitment unless she was absolutely sure. An insider even explained that while Common insisted he was ready to settle down, Jennifer didn't want to repeat old mistakes. She knew what it felt like to invest years into a relationship only for it to collapse, and she wasn't willing to risk her peace. Common, however, wasn't happy with her decision. Sources claim he was furious and felt blindsided. In his mind, the proposal was a turning point in their love story. He expected to walk away that night with a fiancé, not rejection. To be turned down after making such a big move reportedly embarrassed him, and he's still holding on to that disappointment. From the outside, though, many people believe Jennifer made the right choice. Fans have pointed out that Common's history speaks for itself. He's been linked to several high-profile women, from Erykah Badu to Serena Williams to Taraji P. Henson, and none of those relationships lasted. People argue that Jennifer is too accomplished and too smart to risk her happiness for a man with a record of moving on when things get tough. Some even suggest Common thought Jennifer might be his retirement plan, the woman he could finally settle down with after years of dating. But Jennifer isn't interested in being anyone's backup plan. She's built her life, her career, and her happiness on her own terms. After everything she's endured, from heartbreak to professional challenges, she has reached a point where she values peace over appearances. And honestly, her decision makes sense. Common hadn't put in the years with her yet, hadn't proven he could stay through the ups and downs, and suddenly wanted marriage. To some, that felt like rushing. To Jennifer, it was a red flag. She recognized the pattern and chose to protect herself rather than fall for promises that might not last. Now the big question is whether this is truly the end of their relationship or just a pause. Some fans think Jennifer may eventually change her mind and accept him, while others are certain she'll stay firm. Either way, she's earned respect for standing up for what she wants rather than getting swept away in the moment. At the end of the day, Jennifer's refusal doesn't mean she doesn't care about Common. It means she cares about herself more. She knows love is important, but so is stability, trust, and security. For her, marriage isn't just about romance. It's about building a foundation that lasts. And until she's sure about that, no proposal, no matter how heartfelt, is going to sway her. What about Common? For now, he hasn't said much. But his disappointment says plenty. For once, the man known for walking away was the one left standing alone. So, what do you think? Did Jennifer make the right call turning him down? Or do you think she'll eventually say yes? One thing's for sure, This love story isn't as simple as it once looked, and it's left everyone talking.